had my invoice from the last garage. And I have a few questions. I picked it up yesterday, and although he's a good man, he's working very hard, I can see that, and he has that, what all men have inside them, this need to achieve something, and when you've accomplished it, you feel good, you're on a high. You think, wow, I did that. And there's it's like a feeling of euphoria that you've conquered something, and I didn't want to take that away from him. So at the end of the conversation, when I picked up my bill, I did have to approach him, and I said, look, I don't want to take away from your achievement here. It has been good, and I thank you very much for doing what you've done. And there's a but. There's always a but. Always wait for the but. But there were a couple of things that we should have really communicated about, and that was price of things and options available to me. He may be good at the mechanics side of things, but the actual responding to customers in the way that they want to be treated needs a little bit of work. And I'll tell you the reason why. I've got enough time. Right. I left him a note on the seat. And I said all these sort of things. Maybe you can see them. It says, need doing. Fuel injector, glow plugs, and the backlight casing. The rear driver's side casing is cracked, and I needed that replaced. Okay, and that was all above the line. There's a line there, look, you see? And then the rest of the jobs, I said, can be done as and when. Right? Now, bearing in mind, he had the vehicle nearly 4 weeks. Done it at a quicker time than the other person did. And the reason I moved it from one garage to another is because the other garage was taking too much time. It was nothing at all to do with the cost. And I kept saying that to him. Right now, at this very moment in time, I'd rather spend the money on the van and get the good stuff in while I have the money to do it. In a year or two time, I might not have that money. But if I spend it now, then at least I know it's done and it'll last a couple more years. But I put on here, need doing, underlined, fuel injector, glow plugs and backlight casing. And then the other ones, I said to him, they're just add-on jobs, right? Could you fix my inverter in? I said it's below the bench and I have a red and black cords and I'll bring them to you. Put one on the battery, one on one battery and one on the other battery. Because the last time I had it fitted, they didn't. They put it on one battery, which drains that battery. And I don't want to do that. I want to drain them both equally. And then the other one, fix plug or tap onto my wastewater outlet. And then I asked him about my key. Can you find out what's happened to my key? Remember at Christmas time, I locked myself out and then I locked myself in. Look at the video. So I left that on the seat for him. I spoke to him about it and I had faith that he would do it. When it got to the second week, I phoned up and I said, what's happening? Give me an update. What's going on? Oh, it's not been done yet. We've had the man out to have a look, specialist out to have a look. And I said, okay, well, while it's with you and you're waiting for that engine to be done, can you do the other jobs? please. And he said, all right then, okay. No, they didn't. He did one job, which wasn't really important. Not the back light casing. He didn't do that. That's still cracked. That's still the old one. Which is important to me, because when that water starts getting in there, it's going to go rusty, and I'm going to need a whole new light casing. So I'll have to just go down to Quick Fit and change it, I think. But this. Okay, recover vehicle from the garage. He didn't charge me for that. He didn't charge me for that recovery. I don't know why. I thought he would have added 100 quid or something like that on for it. Oh, that was a nice cup of tea. Carry out diagnostic checks for the reported injector fault. Carry out injector spill-off tests. Found 2 injectors suspect faulty. Attempt removal of injectors. 2 of the 4 injectors seized solid and unable to be removed by us. Arrange specialist company to attend and attempt removal. He did say he would do that. He told me, when I told him about the other garage, I said that he was taking too long to do this, and I needed somebody to help me, because he was going to take another 2 or 3 weeks to get it done, and he'd have to break it all down and send it away. And he said to me, but I'd get a specialist out, a mobile mechanic that deals specifically with that point, the filling injector and the glow plugs. I said, brilliant, okay. I said, well, you know, if I was to get one out myself, how much would it cost? 250 quid, he said. Right, okay. Here, he's charged me £495. He did say, when I picked up this receipt, it only charged me once, because the man came out twice, but he'd only charged me one. And I said, oh, that's really nice. But then when I look at the invoice, it's £495. So my question is, if he's only charged me once, and he told me that the company only charged 250 quid, does he get a £250 markup for making a phone call? Isn't that a bit unfair? That's my question. Then, finally removed injectors and replaced 2 with known good used units, in brackets, to save on costs. When I spoke to him at the till, he said to me, this invoice is like £1,000 cheaper than what the other guy quoted you. I did not tell him how much that guy quoted me. I didn't tell him how much the Renault garage had quoted me. When he spoke to the mechanic obviously told him, mechanic of the previous garage obviously told him that it was £2,500 to send it away to get it done. Now, I said all the way through to the previous mechanic, it's not about the costs. I will pay the costs. I don't care. Alright? Right now, I've got the money to do it. It's the time that has been taken that is irritating me. Every time I phoned up, he kept saying to me, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it this day, whatever. And then when he came out, phoned me up and said he'd have to send it away after having it for 4 weeks and only doing 2 hours work on it, according to the invoice, I said no, it's not going to happen. And then he told this mechanic that it was because of the costs that I wanted it going to another garage, not because of the time. Anyway, so I said to him, look, I appreciate all that you've done. It's been a hard job, and you've done it within a shorter time frame, almost 4 weeks, not quite 4 weeks. As a customer, I don't want to take any of that achievement away from you, and I don't want to cause any animosity or, say that I'm complaining or anything. Okay, but by saying that, I probably am. But I said, I want you to know that it was never about the costs. And can you tell me how much a new fuel injector would be, as opposed to how much you've charged me here for a used injector? And the used injector was £75, and he replaced 2, so that's 150 quid, right? And those used injectors he probably got from his scrap vehicles at the back of his unit. I would have preferred, as a customer, for him to call me up and give me the choice. Which would you prefer? A used injector which costs this much, or a brand new injector which costs this much? And he said the brand new injector would have cost £195 or something like that. Now, bearing in mind the amount of money I've spent on this, I wouldn't have minded spending another £200 on a brand new injectors, £100 extra per one. And I said that to him. I said, maybe it's just something we have to learn from this experience, but in future, offer the customer the choice. That's all I wanted. I would have preferred brand new. He even said in the shop his choice would have been to put the new ones in, but because we were concentrating on costs here, I gave you the used ones. I said it was nothing to do with the costs. He got that information from the previous mechanic, not me. He didn't talk to me about it. Alright. Attempt removal of glow plugs. Bearing in mind you got a specialist out to do this. A glow plug and fuel injector removal specialist came out to do this job, and I supplied him with 4 brand new glow plugs that I bought myself. 2 units snapped due to being rusted and seized. Now, I've watched the YouTube videos, Budget and Leggett Garage. Look at how he does it. Very slowly, very patiently. Takes a few hours to do it. Just spray it with WD-40 a day or 2 before you need to remove it, and then do it really very slowly all the time. Very slowly. Move it gently, gently, gently. But no, they snapped them. 2 units snapped. Drill out old units. That's a bugbear. You have to ruin whatever socket thing it's clinging to get it out, and re-thread. Fit customer supplied glow plugs, and then fit new fuel supply pipe, which he did back in October, and fuel filter housing. That's a bit confusing because I didn't know that needed doing. Nobody mentioned that. And that fuel filter housing cost £77, and the fuel supply pipe cost £68.91p. Okay, supply and fit waste tank tap, which cost £17.95p, cheapest thing on there, which he has put some hooks underneath, like pipe holders like this, underneath my van, 3 of them. So he's drilled holes into my van, which one day might come out at some point, might rust up at some point. Again, I didn't want more holes in my van. All I wanted was a tap, because it already had a holder under there. He's taken that away, that's gone. and then carry out test on second key. Found the PCB faulty and repair not possible. Now he said to me the actual key has a computer in it which is damaged or just, you know, faulty. As it says here, faulty. Okay. I thought in my mind he'd have to, you know, I'd have to send it off to Renault to get a new one. But no, he actually said to me, you can replace it, you can get it for me for £70. And I thought, well, why didn't you do that? Again, why didn't he ask me if I wanted to spend that money and do it? And he said he didn't do the other jobs because I put on here, could you fix my inverter below bed bench? I have a red and black cords and we'll bring it to you. Okay. I said that on there, but I phoned up about a week later and said, if, you know, you can get me some cords, you know, because they know what's needed in those things. He does camper vans, so he knows what inverters need. He's not dumb. He could have bought them for me and put them on. But he said to me, oh, we'll do those for you in another job. And I thought, I know it's okay for him to say that, we'll bring it back for another job, another day. That's okay for him, but I have to arrange to get off this site. I have to go back to him. I have to pay extra labour charges, and I have to spend however many days he wants the camper van for, again, to do these jobs, these extra jobs that I've listed down here, which I could go to Quick Fit and get that done in 10 minutes. The brake light casing. The inverter would probably take about 15 minutes to do. I'm going to try and do it myself, actually. I'm fed up of it. And what other thing? The key thing. If he had phoned me up and told me he could do that, then I would have said, yeah, go ahead, do that. The eventual bill came to, for the used injector, he charged me £75, so two of them were 150 quid. So, and he's also put diagnostic check, £39.95p. The whole bill came to £1,655.95p. Okay, he should have charged me another £10.05p. Then I would have known who I was dealing with here. For those who don't know, 101,666.